Just like that. Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Sam's Merit Machine, and the reason for today's slightly strange start to the video is that I'm actually in Shannon Airport. And the reason we're here is we're actually on a mission, a very special mission, to go and rescue the one and only big green Cummins Land Rover. No guys, this isn't deja vu. I'm actually back here in Leamington, in the leafy suburbs of Warwickshire. And the reason is, the big green 130 has lived here the whole time that I've been away in Ireland, well, living in Ireland. And it's been living right behind these gates here. So today's Saturday, the MOT is actually booked on Monday with a garage in Coventry. And my plan is basically to go over the truck, do all the kind of tests that you might do on an MOT, just look at everything they might look at on an MOT, wheel bearings, brakes, tyres, lights, that kind of thing. I'm not expecting it to really have any trouble because it hasn't done that many miles since the last MOT, so yeah, I think we should be okay, but I've got today and tomorrow to go over it just to make sure, so I'll take you guys on my journey with me as I do that. Let's go and have a look. And here she is, safely tucked away. Still got a fair bit of junk in the back from when I moved. I didn't manage to move everything in one go because, as you guys might have seen, the trailer was absolutely rammed with stuff. So we've got my old desk chair in here, which is made up of an old L322 seat. Don't do that, it's the stupidest idea ever. It weighs a ton. And we've got a dog guard slash luggage guard for the back of the L322 as well, which I'll probably bring with me. But I want to try and get rid of the seat over this weekend at some point. So we'll have to see if we can try and do a tip run. Only issue is 130 is obviously not MOT'd yet, and I don't think they allow commercial vehicles like pickups into the tip from memory. So we'll have to see how we can get rid of that. Don't worry, I'm not going to be fly tipping it. If it has to come back with me, it will. So yeah, here she is. Looking pretty good actually overall. The paint's still holding up really well, which I'm kind of pleased with. As you guys might remember, my brother and I did this paint ourselves back in the workshop in Kent, and it's actually never been polished. It's just, this is just the finish that's straight out of the gun. So maybe when we get it back to Ireland, maybe we'll go over it, give it a really good clean, and see if we can polish this up a bit, bring it back up again. At the moment I've got the battery on charge in here. Battery's over there under the passenger seat, obviously. It was quite a new battery when I got it, but it's been run down to flat quite a few times because of this radio, and also the dash stays on. Obviously, ideally I should have disconnected the battery while I was leaving it, but I just forgot. So I had the battery on charge overnight with this little charger. Hopefully that'll bring it back enough to get us started up. And then under the bonnet, everything's still looking pretty much the same. We've got a bit of corrosion on these aluminium rocker covers that I polished up, but that does just wipe off, so not too bad. And yeah, apart from that, I've had a quick check of the fluids. The power steering fluid has all disappeared somewhere. I'm not sure what's happened there. We'll see, there might be a leak maybe in the steering box or something. So I'll have to top that up. Coolant's still there, engine oil's still there, brake fluid's still there. So I think on that front we should be right. And obviously I fitted LED lights all round on this truck when I built it, so I'm not expecting there to be any issues with them. So that should all be good. The tyres were brand new about a year, 18 months ago, and they've barely done any miles, so they should be fine. And I'm pretty sure I went through and did wheel bearings on all four corners fairly recently as well, so again, shouldn't be too much of an issue. So one job I've already done is I've gone ahead and taken out the straight pipe, centre straight pipe, and I've replaced it with my my nice slot-in straight-through silencer, which is really easy, quick, and it's actually toolless for me to fit that, so it doesn't take long at all. And yeah, that silencer makes a really nice big difference on the on the motorway. It doesn't drone as much. You wouldn't think it, but it really takes the edge off. And yeah, apart from that, under here it's all looking pretty good still, nice and clean. Slightly moist around this transfer box here. There's a bit of a drip going on there, so maybe we'll check the levels in a bit to get the tools out. And then the Cummins itself at the front does look slightly moist around the diff pan again. I don't think that's sealing properly, that diff pan, so again, maybe a future job. The only other thing that's obviously going to be of slight concern is the brakes, which have sat here for how long now? Over 6 months since they've moved. So yeah, they're going to be slightly rusty, but they should clean up fairly well. And yeah, apart from that, it should all be pretty good under here. We'll see what happens though. Right, that battery's been on charge for all night now, so we'll just see if we can give it a bit of a crank and see what happens. Ah, right. Now I think what's probably happened is that battery's been drained down one too many times. It's probably dead now. If the Noco charger can't restore it, it normally means it's pretty dead. So what we'll do is we'll pull it off, we'll take it back to Halfords, because I'm pretty sure I've still got the receipt for it. I bought that way back in 2018, it was way back when I was living down in Kent. And hopefully Halfords will be able to replace that for us today. So let's get it off. Not much space down that side, so I'm sort of leaning over on the driver's side. And I've got this big battery clamp that I made. I've got to remove now. It's a heavy duty battery clamp that I made there. Right, now I've got to try and hoik this thing, this big 020 battery, out of this hole, up over the cubby box and out of the truck. There's a spanner down there. Oh, it doesn't really fit out. Come on, big bastard. There we go. So, something else I want to do before we go anywhere with it is check the oil level in this guy, the transfer box. So I need to pull that plug out up there, and also check the oil level in the main gearbox. I'm sure they're both fine, but always good thing to do. Probably check the diffs as well, just while we're at it. So that's the plug for the gearbox up there. So let's get some tools, spanners, and this guy is a 1/2 inch drive, square drive to pull that out. So we'll do this guy. So we'll do this guy first if we can. Ooh, that's going to be interesting. Right, just had to take out this. Well, actually, take off the nut off the end of this bolt that's holding the handbrake caliper on, just so I can get my ratchet in there. And now we can loosen this guy off. This nice new 1/2 inch Halfords ratchet. They've upgraded their ratchets again, and these ones are really nice. Right, see if we can get that one out. Might not have to take it all the way. If it starts leaking, we know it's got enough in there. This handbrake, X-Eng handbrake, is actually in a slightly different position than normal. I had to clock it round this way towards the camera. Normally it sits upright, but as you can see, the cross member's in the way, and that's all because the Cummins and the gearbox are a lot longer than the standard Land Rover stuff. So I just had to clock it round in order to make it all fit, which isn't an issue, but just means this is a bit more awkward than it might otherwise have been. Okay, it's not running out, so we definitely lost a little bit somewhere. Let's have a feel in there, see if we can see. Okay, the level's right there. So I think it still smells terrible, like EP90 should. That is going to be fine, I think. It's just below the fill plug, so pretty much perfect. So there we go, Halford's replaced our Uaza 020 battery for us, which is pretty good. I bought it 4 years ago, so it was nearly out of warranty. And I expect it really was just the fact that I let the battery go completely flat a couple of times that killed it. These Uazas are normally pretty good. Yes, we'll throw this back on again and we'll see if she'll crank over. Okay, new batteries fitted. Let's go for the fire up. First time in, what is it, about 9 months, since August anyway. Just like that. Oil lights out. And 60 psi of oil pressure. Clean the whistle. Yeah, that's why people love Cummins. Leave it sitting since August and turned first turn of the key with a good battery on it anyway. Yeah, she sounds good. Had really good oil pressure still. No excessive smoke. A little bit of blue on first startup, but that's kind of what you'd expect on old Cummins like this. And yeah, sounding good. Right, I think we should probably check the diff oils next. So on the back of this beast, I've got this awesome ARB diff cover, which actually comes with a little dipstick for the oil level there. So we'll pull that out, just check this rear diff. It should be fine because it's not leaked, but it's always good to be sure. So have a look. That is our level there, that mark, you guys can see, and it looks like we've got plenty in there, so it should be all good. So guys, a bit later on the same day, I've actually now got my clean MOT sheet, courtesy of M&M Auto Centre. It's a really good garage in Coventry if you guys have Land Rovers, or any cars actually. But yeah, we had a bit of a catch up. I used to use them back in the day for my old TD5 Land Rover, and now he's given the 130 a nice clean sheet, no advisories, thank you very much. So as I said, I'm in Coventry. I'm actually at the Rico Arena fuel station, and I've just filled up with diesel. So needless to say, I'm going to get out of here as soon as possible. The plan now, as I said, is we're going to head up to Nick's. We're going to hit the M6. We're probably going to take the toll just to make it a bit easier, and head up to Nick's farm, and we will probably pick it up with you guys when we get there. Cancelling earbuds. I've also got my sat nav playing on the dashboard here, and whenever the instructions come in, they come straight to my ears. Ideal. So we made it all the way here to Nick's. We're up in Manchester now, so we're about half the way, I guess, towards the port in Holyhead. And as you guys can see, I've already picked up something else while I've been at Nick's. It's not a disease. It is a Honda V-Twin 2315. As you guys might have seen in the previous video, I picked up a really cheap little ride-on lawnmower, which turned out to have a really rotten deck. I have actually repaired that now, so it kind of works, but it doesn't give the cleanest cut, and it's really kind of a bit of a nasty thing to use. So Nick's grandma was selling this, and I decided, why not? We'll take it back with us on the ferry. So got it all strapped in. It all managed to fit in the back, which is amazing. However, we're not heading to the port just yet. This weekend it happens to be Smallwood Festival. I think it's called a festival anyway. Basically a vintage rally with Land Rovers, military vehicles, steam stuff and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to head up now. It's only about 20 minutes down the road. And we're going to get some awesome footage of some Land Rovers, some old military trucks. And I think they've actually got monster trucks there as well. So we'll see if we can get a bit of footage of that. Anyway, let's hit the road. So yeah, we've made it now, guys. It was a nice, easy 20-minute cruise over. The 130 is now lined up in position with all the other green things. And you might think the 130 is a fairly sizable vehicle. It's not exactly small. When we're parked next to a Kraz and a Scammell Explorer, it does look rather small in comparison. Yeah. I think the tyre on the Kraz is about the same height as the bonnet on the Land Rover. But these are some serious bits of kit. This guy in particular is a 6x6, 19 litres V8 Russian diesel. Obviously not the most popular nation in the world right now, but they do make some pretty awesome trucks. But then to balance it out, we've got a nice British Army 1955 Scammell Explorer right next to it to balance it out a bit. This one is Cummins converted, but apart from that, it's pretty original. So after that weekend of fun and nearly flying out of an FV434 a few times, it was time to hit the road again, and this time I was pointing the old 127 towards the port in Holyhead and towards our new home in Ireland. Now that the big green 127 is at home again, I'm feeling a lot more motivated to do more work on it, make some more improvements and add those finishing touches to make it 100%. I mentioned before an air suspension conversion, and I'm still tempted to do that as I think it would really transform the ride and handling. And I would still love to do the P38 steering box conversion as well. The other thing it really needs is for me to improve the refinement a bit with a load more sound deadening, and there are loads of little fixes and touches that I can do just to get it to 100%. Anyway, thanks for watching guys, there's going to be more P38 content coming next week, so stick around and see you next time on Sam's Motor and Machine.